Imagine the excitement of purchasing your first CryptoPunk NFT for $1 million. You have high hopes that this is going to be your ticket to riches and fame. But less than 6 months later, your investment crashes in value by more than 80%. You're distraught and you sell it for a mere fraction of the original purchase price. It's definitely not an investment that anyone would want to make, and it's headlines like these that convince many people NFTs are nothing more than a money-grabbing scam. But in today's video, I'd like to show you that although there is some bad press and headlines out there, the actual technology behind NFTs themselves is pretty cool and possibly quite revolutionary. Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is the Part-Time Economist, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at NFTs. Now, right off the bat, I will admit that this can trigger some people because countless people have invested into NFT projects that didn't turn out how they wanted. Some of these failed, some of these were complete scams from the get-go, and in some instances, people created these projects knowing full well they had no intention of delivering and just ran off with people's money. But what I'd like to do today is separate the scams and the headlines from the technology behind these NFTs. So don't think about crypto punks or Bored Apes or anything like that. Think about the underlying technology. And what I want to do in this video is start at a very basic level, explain what NFTs are, and then gradually build up from kind of a gaming use case to more broad real-world applications. Now, why do we even want NFTs? What's so cool about them? Again, we're talking theory here. In theory, what NFTs allow us to do is they allow us to combine the benefits of cryptocurrency with the benefits of unique digital assets. I'll give you an example. We know that in cryptocurrency, we can send cryptocurrency across the world. We can trade cryptocurrency. We can lend cryptocurrency. We can invest cryptocurrency. We can do all of these really cool things with cryptocurrency in a secure, permissionless, decentralized way. But we can only do that with cryptocurrency. We can only do that with Bitcoin, Ethereum. We can't do that with a race car from a racing game. We can't do that with a power-up that we earned in Call of Duty. Of course not. So we run into an issue where we can do all these cool things with cryptocurrencies, but they are fungible assets. Each cryptocurrency is the same. Now, on the flip side, we've got traditional gaming. And I'm going to start with gaming, but we will extend this analogy to real-world assets moving forward. So we've got this online game. I'm just using Call of Duty because I'm relatively familiar with it. And I get some kind of shield. I get a new weapon. I get perks. I get power-ups. And each of these are differentiated. If you've played any kind of game, you know that one weapon is different from another weapon, is different from a shield, is different from a perk or a power-up, right? So what we would like to do is we have these differentiated assets. Oh, let's call them non-fungible because they're not all the same. So we've got these non-fungible assets, and we'd like to be able to do all these cool things that we can do with cryptocurrencies, but we can't. So cryptocurrencies have a lot of power. Non-fungible assets are pretty cool, but we need to have that kind of combination of the two. So what we would like to be able to do is take a power-up that we get in Call of Duty and sell it. Maybe if we're an expert on Call of Duty and we get some basic beginner level weapon that we don't really need, we don't want to just throw it away, maybe we could transfer that to our friend that's just getting started. So what NFTs allow us to do is they combine the two. They take these unique digital assets and they allow us to sell them, to trade them, to do various things with them. So that in and of itself is quite cool, but what I want to do is show an actual example of that. Now, I am going to be showing you an online trading card game that I do play. Again, this is not an endorsement of Splinterlands. It's not a disendorsement. I do have to say that. It's just showing you because right now, a lot of the NFT technology, again, is focused around video games. But I want to use this as a starting point and extrapolate to future possibilities. So again, it's just an example of the underlying technology. With that being said, it's an online trading card game that I play, and I get various cards for winning matches. Now, what can I do with these cards? Well, if it was a traditional online game like Magic the Gathering, They would sit there in my account. I could use them, but I couldn't sell them. I couldn't rent them. I couldn't do anything with them beyond simply sitting in my account. And if it was a card that I didn't want or didn't need, well, it's basically just junk that I can't do anything with. But let's suppose here you can see that I've got two of these cards that are called Venari Heatsmith. Now, maybe I don't need two of those cards. What could I do with some of my extra cards? Well, I can sell them. That's pretty cool, right? I can rent them to other people. I can transfer them. I can even delegate them. And let's go over what each of these mean. Because right now, again, we are talking about trading cards, but don't think about trading cards. Think about any kind of digital asset. Maybe it's administrator privileges on a website. Maybe it's a membership to exclusive content, right? So you know people on YouTube where it's like, hey, if you are, subscribed to my channel and you pay this fee, you get videos before anyone else. What if we could represent that membership as an NFT? So let's think through this. We can sell that membership, right? We can say, hey, I used to like this channel. I used to like running this website. It was pretty cool, but I don't want to do it anymore. I can just sell it and be done with it. I can rent that out. Let's suppose that I've bought an NFT subscription membership to an online streaming service. And I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be without internet for a couple of weeks. Let me rent that membership out. I still own it. Remember, it's a unique digital asset, that membership to the streaming service. I'm going to rent it out for a week or 2 weeks. That way I can still earn income on that. Going back to the gaming example, let's suppose that I have some kind of online game and I am a super mega star, amazing, awesome at this game, and I come across some of these, kind of bronze level beginner equipment that I have no need for. My inventory is already full. Well, my friend that just got started playing the game, they might want that. So I can just simply transfer ownership completely to them. No strings attached. Here are your assets. I can also delegate this, and this is something that we don't really see with traditional assets. With traditional assets, of course, we can buy, we can sell, we can trade, but let's suppose you have bought an NFT that gives you access to play some online game. Let's call it Call of Duty. They have said, hey, you don't have to download it through Steam anymore. You don't have to buy a physical DVD copy of this game. You basically buy an NFT that represents your right to play this game. Now, you've played the game and you're like, hey, I need to take a little break from the game. I'm going to come back later. Well, in the real world, if you had that DVD copy, you could lend it to your friend and then you would have to go and get it back. Maybe they don't want to give it back. Maybe they lose it. Maybe something happens when you lend it out. With the power of smart contracts, because this is on the blockchain, we can do something known as delegation. So we can actually delegate something to our friend and know that we can pull that back any time that we want. So your friend, they don't have the power to steal it from you, right? It's not even something that's possible because of the way these smart contracts are set up. And again, I know we're looking here at a trading card game with cards that are valued at about a fraction of a cent. I get that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is think of the technology behind this. Instead of lending out Venari Heatsmith for a fraction of a cent, let's suppose instead that I have a online streaming music service, right? Like call it Spotify. Spotify starts issuing their memberships as NFTs. I'm done with it, So instead of just canceling my membership and getting nothing, I sell my membership. If I'm not going to have internet access for a while, I can rent my membership. If I'm a website administrator, right? And let's suppose I built an amazing, awesome website. I want to give someone else those administrator privileges. I can sell my website. And I can do all of this in a decentralized, permissionless way that implements smart contracts. So there's a lot of different use cases for this. People have talked about tokenizing real world assets, like making stocks NFTs, making real estate NFTs. And I do think there could be a potential for that in the future, but I definitely think starting out, we're looking at more digital things, right? Not just gaming, right? But you think of streaming services, access to exclusive content, all of those things I definitely see a role for as far as being tokenized through NFTs. So kind of just to wrap everything up, I know we're looking at a video game here, but think of the power behind NFTs. The ability to sell, rent, transfer, lease, delegate, these digital assets in a way that just isn't possible given the current setup. And again, this obviously, I have to say this every time, not financial advice, not endorsing or disendorsing any specific projects, just trying to get you to think about, yes, there are a lot of scammy NFT projects. Yes, there is a lot of bad press, but think about the technology itself, right? You've got these early adopters kind of coming in and taking advantage of the space. What happens when more established companies come in and find out how to leverage the power of these to sell to the consumers, but also empower the consumers with digital assets that they actually own? So that's my take on NFTs. I hope you found the video useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.